Good evening. I'm Lieutenant Browning of Pittsburgh Fire Local 1 Honor Guard. Tonight we honor our comrade and brother, Duane Dewey Mills. Dewey was a Pittsburgh firefighter when the city took over Wilkinsburg in 2011, and he retired in 2021 out of Engine 12 in Greenfield. Dewey was well liked, even though he was only with us for 10 years. He was a good person. You knew when he entered the room, and you knew when he left. Suddenly it got quiet. We appreciate you all coming out to celebrate Dewey with us. Lieutenant Schnellbach will now recite the fireman prayer.
The Fireman's Prayer. When I am called to duty, God, wherever flames may rage, give me the strength to save some life, whatever be its age. Help me to embrace a little child before it is too late, or some older person from the horror of that fate. Enable me to be alert and hear the weakest shout, and quickly and efficiently to put the fire out. I want to fill my calling and give the best in me, to guard my neighbor and protect his property. And if according to your will, I have to lose my life, please bless with your protecting hand my children and my wife. I'd now like to introduce retired Fire Chief Charles Coldren of the Uniontown Fire Department.
This is an honor that's been bestowed on me many years ago. Two sides of Dewey. The fun side everybody knows. Then there was a serious side hidden deep down there somewhere. One of the things that with me, I spent a lot of time with Pete Barchetti, our treasurer, and he and I were very close. Serious side of Dewey, I was having a tough time one day, and Dewey comes in and he sits down. Pete had these glasses with one glass eye out and the other one you couldn't even see out of. Dewey picks his glasses up and he looks at me and he starts going through the drills and said, "You know, Chuck, our fiduciary responsibilities, I got to go through all these bills." And that's exactly what Pete did. So that kind of really lifted me up, made me feel good. Tomorrow will be a good day to share all the funny stories and enjoy the day. I just have two things. One, I'll miss the way he imitated Bose before Bose had his hip replaced. He'd go, "Hey, hey!" And he'd walk through the ring. Another time, two things with his brother Charlie when the FBI showed up at the beer distributor. For something that we're not quite sure what he did, but Dewey happened to be there to intercede him. And then a burning question that I've always had that maybe we can get answered tomorrow is with his sister Sandy. Why did she have a refrigerator in her bedroom? So maybe we can get that answered tomorrow. It's going to be a long evening. We'll enjoy the stories tomorrow when we have a little more relaxed time. So I'll conclude with the Sandy story, and maybe we can figure that out tomorrow. But at this time, I'd like to introduce Fire Chief Scott Korn.
On behalf of the Uniontown Fire Department, to Dewey's family and friends, we would like to offer our sincere condolences. Dewey was a big part of our family. Dewey had a number of fire service affiliations throughout his career, but he got his start here in Uniontown. And the great thing about that, through his entire time, he still remained involved with us in one aspect or another. and we thank him very much for his service. We can't thank him enough. I have a couple of readings that I would like to do in hopes that it helps the family and friends find comfort in their time of need. Oh, okay. There we go. All right. First one's called Heroes Gone. Brother, when you weep for me, remember that it was meant to be. Lay me down, and when you leave, remember I'll be at your sleeve. In every dark and choking hall, I'll be there as you slowly crawl. On every roof in driving snow, I'll hold your coat, and you will know. In cellars hot with searing heat, in windows where a gate you meet, in closets where young children hide, you know I'll be there by your side. The house from which I now respond is overstaffed with heroes gone. Men who answered one last bell, who did the job and did it well. So remember as you wipe your tears, the joy I knew throughout the years. As I did the job I love to do, I pray that thought will see you through. I have one other reading, and these are the words of a former New York City Fire Chief, Edward Croker. And he details the life of a fireman very much so. So I would like to read his words to you. I have no ambition in this world but one, and that's to be a fireman. The position may, in the eyes of some, appear to be a lowly one, but we who know the work which a fireman has to do believe that his is a noble calling. There's an adage which says nothing can be destroyed except by fire. We strive to preserve from the destruction the wealth of the world, which is the product of man. We are the defenders from fire of the art which has beautified the world, the product of the genius of man. But above all, our proudest endeavor is to save the lives of men, the work of God himself. Under the impulse of such thoughts, the nobility of the occupation thrills us and stimulates us to deeds of daring, even at the supreme sacrifice. I would now like to introduce Brian Travato, formerly of the Borough of Wilkinsburg Fire Department and currently with the City of Pittsburgh Bureau of Fire.
On behalf of the former members of the Wilkinsburg Fire Department and the IAFF Local 839 members, our retirees, our families, I want to express our deepest sympathy to all the family and friends of Brother Dewey Mills. I walked in the Wilkinsburg Fire Department in June of '92, and one of the first people to greet me was Dewey. He looked me up and down, smiled, and said, "You know, when the streetlights come on, you can't go home. You have to stay here." I instantly loved it. Dewey had a morning routine that consisted of reading the paper, a bathroom break, some type of breakfast, second bathroom break, truck checks and house cleaning, and then finally one more bathroom break. And that was just for the morning. Dewey always made sure we didn't go hungry. He loved to cook, and he was very good at it. Sometimes I'm not sure if he really enjoyed cooking, or if he just really enjoyed not having to do the dishes, though. A shift with Dewey, you knew it was going to be a good day. Even if you had to do one of those dreaded chores such as hose testing or scrubbing walls, spring cleaning, you know if Dewey was there, it was going to be fun. We used to laugh how Dewey would start every story with, "Hey, I have a buddy of mine," or "I know this guy." But sure enough, he wasn't lying. Dewey had friends everywhere, as we can all see firsthand tonight. Dewey, who most of us probably knew, was born on the 4th of July, 1963. He started Wilkinsburg on October 18th, 1991. He quickly became a driver-operator that same year, December 31st. When the engineer position was created, Dewey started as an acting engineer on July 21st, 1996, and then full-time engineer on January 29th, 1997. In this position, Dewey was responsible for driver's training and maintenance of apparatus, and also held a position as acting chief engineer for a period. And while we all talk about Dewey the jokester, I want to be clear. Dewey was a hell of a firefighter. He was reliable, he was respected, and he was cool under pressure. I was recalling some of the fires of days past. Early in my career, 200 block of Ross Avenue, large multi-unit apartment building. I came out to change my bottle, and as I was at, Dewey was the pump operator for that fire. As I was at the pump, a portion of the roof collapsed. The entire perimeter of the roof, flames shot up from the whole building. It was something I had never seen before, and Dewey could tell the look in my eyes that I'd never seen something like that before. He calmly said, "Get your bottle changed. If I can't make contact with the crew inside, I'm calling the city." So fortunately, they did make contact with the crew, and 200 block of Ross Avenue is now a vacant lot. But Dewey was cool. He remained cool under very stressful situations, including the one where his entire crew was forced to bail out on Princeton Boulevard. Dewey also received unit citations for his actions taken on the 1300 block of Penn Avenue, where the occupant was rescued using a roof ladder as a stretcher, and the entire building was burning down around them. Then on the Sherman Street fire, he also received the citation in which multiple occupants were rescued, both from the roof and the interior. With all these firefighters here, I'm sure we could all tell fire stories all night long. And if they don't kick us out, we probably would. But with that said, I did want to speak to Dewey's children. It's common knowledge that every time you talk to Dewey, he had a joke or a story, usually about some type of bodily fluid or a camel or God knows what. I just wanted you to know that he also always talked about his children. Every time I'd see him, I'd get a report. Sarah's doing this, Shelby's doing that, Kiwi grew another foot. I hope you know how much he loved you and how proud he was of all of you. And before I conclude, I just want to say to Dewey, you probably hate all of this. I'm certain he's making fun of me right now for sure. We all know what he would want. Raise that glass, tell the joke, share those laughs and memories you've had with Dewey throughout the years. That's what many of us have been doing this past week, and that's what we should all do to continue to honor Dewey's memory. Fire service of today is ever-changing, but remains steeped in traditions over 200 years old. One such tradition is the ringing of the bell. In the past, as firefighters began their tour of duty, it was the bell that signaled the beginning of that day's shift. Throughout the day and night, each alarm was sounded by a bell, which alerted the firefighters it was time to respond. Bells were also prominent on apparatus to alert the public of responding units and to clear the way. When the fire was out, it was the bell that signaled to all the completion of that call. We utilize these traditions as symbols which reflect honor and respect on those who have given so much and who have served so well. Today, the bell tolls in honor of the career and service that Brother Mills provided to the fire service for decades. We thank his family and friends for sharing him with us for all those years. Job well done. May you rest in peace. We have the watch from here. Now we offer you a final salute to our brother Dewey Mills and his last alarm.
ceremony will now conclude with the playing of Amazing Grace.
else Captain Liston would say, you don't have to go home, just get the hell out of here.
I'd like to thank all the firefighters today. We really appreciate you being here. These were Dewey's brothers. We want to thank them so much for not only their services here today, but also the services to our community. We want to thank all of them. We'd like to all give them a round of applause. Thank you very much.
Say that one pretty good. Nice job. Sorry.